In this video, I want to show you how to solve equations with an unknown in the numerator by employing the concept of laws of indices. For example, the one that is on the screen in red. So we have 3 steps that we have to follow when solving such equations. The first one is to make sure that each term has been expressed in terms of the same base. We'll be having more than one term, it's obvious. So we have to make sure that every term is in terms of a common base. Right, let's move on to the next step. Use laws of indices to simplify both sides and make sure that there is a single term on each side of the equal sign. We'll be using the laws of indices. So after that, we simply equate the powers and solve the new equation. Right, let's take this one as our first example. Right, solve the equation. Right, we have 2 terms here. We have 32 and 4. So we have to express each of them in terms of a common base. Right, we can't easily express 32 in terms of 4. At the same time, we can't easily express 4 in terms of 32. So let's look for a common base that we can use here. We can easily express 32 as 2 to the power something. At the same time, 4 as 2 to the power something. So let's express these two in terms of 2 to the power something. So 32 is the same as 2 to the power 5. So we are saying it is now 2 to the power 5. This power 5 is multiplying the whole of this original power to x minus 1. Right. On the other side, 4 is the same as 2 to the power 2. So we are saying on the right hand side, we have 2 to the power 2. Now that we have a single term on the left hand side and a single term on the right hand side, in which they are both in terms of 2. So we are saying we have 2 to the power something on the left hand side and 2 to the power something on the right hand side. If these two are equal, this means the powers are also equal. 2 on the left hand side cannot be equal to these 2 on the right hand side if the powers are different. So in short, we are saying we are simply equating the powers. If this 2 to the power 5 factor of 2x minus 1 is equal to 2 to the power 2, this means the powers are also the same. So we are saying 5 factor of 2x minus 1 is equal to 2. It is now a simple linear equation with brackets. So let's remove the brackets and simplify and solve. Right, 5 by 2x we get 10x, 5 by minus 1 we get 5. Then on the other side we have 2. Right, let's collect like terms. We have minus 5, a like term of 2, right? So let's take minus 5 to the other side. As it changes the side, it also changes the sign. So we remain with 10x on the left hand side, which is equal to 5 plus 2, which is 7. Dividing both sides by 10, we get x, which is equal to 0.7. As simple as this. Right, let's move on to our next example. Solve the equation. 64 by 16 to the 3 minus x is equals to 1. Right, let's make sure that in this case we have 3 terms. We have 64, we have 16 to the power 3 minus x, we also have 1. So we have to express these numbers in terms of a common base. Right, we can't easily express 64 in terms of 16. At the same time, we can't easily express 16 in terms of 64. Right, on the right hand side, it's very simple. We have to concentrate on the common base on this left hand side where we have 64 and 16. As soon as we are done with these two, then that base to the power 0 will be equal to 1. Right, so we can use 4 or 2. The choice is ours. So let's use 4. We can express 64 as 4 to the power 3. We can also express 16 as 4 to the power 2, like this. Now, the left-hand side is now in terms of 4 as the base. Right, so on the right-hand side, 1 is the same as 4 to the power 0. Right, let's now use the laws of indices to simplify the left-hand side. We can't compare the powers while we still have 2 terms on the left hand side. So let's simplify and make sure that we have a single term on the left hand side, single term on the right hand side, then we can compare the powers now. Right. So according to the laws of indices, we can simply add the powers because we are multiplying 4 to the power 3 and 4 to the power 2 factor of 3 minus x. So we can add the powers because these bases are the same. So let's add the powers. This is 4 to the power 3 plus 2 factor of 3 minus x, which is equals to 4. Now that we have a single term on the left hand side and a single term on the right hand side, we are now very sure that the powers are also the same. So we can now equate the powers like this. It is now a simple equation. We are now removing brackets and simplifying. 3 as it is here, 2 by 3, 6, you get this 6. 2 by minus x, we get minus 2x. And this is equal to 0, right? 3 plus 6 is equals to 9. So taking minus 2 to the other side, we remain with 9 is equals to 2x. Dividing both sides by 2, we find out that x is equals to 4.5. Right? Let's move on to our next example. Right, we have this one. As usual, we have to express the right hand side as a single fraction, sorry, as a single term, but at the same time expressing each term in terms of a common base. Right, we have 0.5, 0.25 and 8. If you look at these numbers, we can't easily express 0.5 in terms of 8. We can't easily express 0.25 in terms of 0.5. We can't easily express 0.25 in terms of 8. So what we are going to do here is we are going to express all of these terms in terms of 2. We can easily express 0.5 in terms of 2. 0.5 is the same as half, and half is the same as 2 to the power minus 1. Right? At the same time, we have 0.25. 0.25 is the same as 1 over 4. And 1 over 4 is the same as 1 over 2 to the power 2, which is 2 to the power minus 2. So let's express each of them in terms of 2. So we are saying half is the same as 2 to the power minus 1. And this minus 1 is multiplying the original power here. Right? On the right hand side, we have 8. 8 is the same as 2 to the power 3. And that 3 will be multiplying the original power, which is 2x there. Then 1/4, 0.25 is 1/4, which is the same as 1 over 2 to the power 2, which is 2 to the power minus 2, like this. Now that we have these terms, all these terms in terms of 2, let's simplify the right hand side now. We have 2 to the power 3 factor of 2x times 2 to the power minus 2. Now let's simplify the right hand side using the laws of indices. We are multiplying two indices of the same base, so we can add the powers like this, right? Then after that, we now have a single term on the left hand side, a single term on the right hand side, so we can now safely equate the powers like this. Then let's remove the brackets and simplify. Minus 1 times x is minus 1 times 2x is minus 2x. Minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. 3 times 2x is 6x, and minus 2 like this. Let's collect like terms like this, right? Taking minus 2 to the other side, it will be 2 minus 3, and we get minus 1. Taking minus 2x to the other side, to the right hand side, so taking minus 2 to the right hand side, so it will be plus 2x. Taking minus 2x to the right hand side, it will be plus 2x. So 6 plus 2x is equal to 8x. Right. Now dividing both sides by the coefficient of the unknown, which is 8, we find out that x is equal to minus 0.125. Right. Now, here is your exercise. You can practice with these questions can pause the video for a few seconds, then after that resume for the answers. Here are the answers. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos and share them.